It's a day ending in Y, which means 343 Industries is probably doing something stupid again, or should I say Halo Studios. But I think everybody expected, or a lot of people expected them to change their ways when they changed their name to Halo Studios, but I was always skeptical saying, no, it's still going to be the same old the incompetent 343 Industries, just under a new name. And I think this proves it. So they put out this thing in their news thing the other day on Halo Waypoint in Cannon Fodder. They do this every few months, I think. And surprise, surprise, they're doing it again. They're putting the ending, or like the planned DLC that they were gonna do, the story DLC, the continuation of the cliffhanger we got in Halo Infinite. We wanted it in game form, but once again, they're gonna tell it in a book. It's like, how many times are you guys gonna do this? Okay, Bungie, they were able to do this. They made Halo over the course of 10 years? Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. All bangers. I think we can all agree on that. Halo fans can agree. All bangers. Bungie kept their stories separate with the books and the games. Now, I appreciate that 343 has tried to keep their canon straighter than Bungie did, because Bungie had some continuity mistakes between their games and their books. Just look at The Fall of Reach versus Halo Reach. So, and I've read a lot of the books. I haven't kept up. I'm probably like 30 books behind at this point, because let's be honest, 343 is more of a book publisher these days than an actual game developer. And again, I keep calling them 343. It's Halo Studios, whatever. It's the same thing. But our biggest complaint with them that we've had is having unsatisfying endings in their games and wrapping them up in a comic or a novel. And I thought it was going to change with Infinite, but no, it looks like it's happening again. Here's what they have in their news. Edge of Dawn update. And that's not the only book news we have today. Back in January, I don't even remember them announcing this. They announced that a new book called Halo Edge of Dawn was coming out, and it'll be a Master Chief book. You've waited and wondered about when the novel will be set in the timeline, yada yada yada. And here's what they're saying. 2560. After eliminating War Chief Escharum and sending the Banished leadership into chaos, the Master Chief continues the fight on Zeta Halo, accompanied by his new AI companion and their loyal pilot, Fernando Esparza. As Spartan 117 searches for scattered Allied forces, a young combat medic, tortured and imprisoned for months by the Banished and the enigmatic Harbinger, which we still don't know much about, may hold the key to unlocking deeper mysteries within this ancient ring world. But every step towards answers is haunted by the sinister and elusive Blade Master Jaga Ardamnai, who is hell-bent on vengeance. So he survived the events of Halo Infinite, and this is just... It's another book set right after the events of Halo Infinite. It's like, come on, guys, why you keep having either unsatisfactory or cliffhanger... And Halo 5 had a cliffhanger ending. Was resolved in a book. Halo 4 had a weird ending that didn't seem conclusive, and it wasn't, because they fought the Didact again in a comic, and he died again. And they're doing it again. Like, come on, guys. I can only assume this was meant to be DLC before 343 imploded, and Joseph Staten left, and his planned DLC didn't happen, and they scrapped all of it, and now it's going to be a book again. It's like, guys, from 2012 to 2021, so 9 years, you made 3 games, so 2 less than Bungie were able to crank out. I get it, modern game development is harder. Infinite, though, took 6 years, which is ridiculous. And you still had that ending for it, and no follow-up. And you know for a fact the next mainline, Halo 7, is going to be a new story again, because they can't just pick up where they left off. And you can tell this is the result of having no plan. Bungie had a story set out from the beginning. They had a trilogy in mind. And although Halo 3 was more of a addendum to Halo 2, because 2 ended on a cliffhanger, that you just couldn't fit. 3 was shorter than 2 because they just couldn't fit the rest of the story in Halo 2. Because 2 was like super ambitious. But this is just the result of no planning at all. It's like the Star Wars sequels. So they're just flying by the seat of their pants, writing a new story, and then being like, we'll finish it in a book or a comic. And then they say, yeah, this is indeed a story set in the immediate aftermath of Infinite's campaign. I figured, tying in with some story threads from the Rubicon Protocol, which was set before Infinite. So you got Rubicon Protocol, Infinite, and then this book. In some ways, Edge of Dawn might be thought of as similar to First Strike. That's an interesting comparison. where we sat for a while with the immediate fallout of the events that transpired in Halo CE. And I love First Strike is great, dealing with some of the things that we learned while embarking on a new adventure. We'll have more information coming later this year about Edge of Dawn. Wait, I can pre-order it? Oh, no cover. Do they have a date? It's $20. Is there any more? No, I think it's... No, it's the same thing. Product details. 352 pages. Get out of here, ads. Yeah, look at the amount. Actually, you know what? Let's look at Halo books. I didn't know Simon and Schuster were. I don't know if that's the only publisher that does Halo books now. Epitaph, that's the didact. That should have been in a game. I don't know why that didn't happen. Rubicon Protocol, that was one before Infinite. What is this again? I know Troy Denning's a good author, but I haven't read any of these. I read half of Shadows of Reach. There's like 60 books now, and I read the first like 15, and I'm like 10 plus years, but I still have to read books that came out leading up to Halo 5 and directly after 5. That's how behind I am. I read this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Not Evolutions, I own it though. Half of this one. It's not all of them. I read this back in the day when Halo 4 was coming out, the Forerunner trilogy. R.I.P. Greg Bear, by the way. First Strike, excellent book. Yeah, they reprinted all these. The Flood is also great. I read that. The Fall of Reach, good. I think did I read Bad Blood? I was in an audiobook. Envoy was a sequel to Cole Protocol. I still got to read that. New Blood I read. I don't think I did Shadow of Intent. Where is Broken... Okay, yeah, this was the last one I read, Broken Circle. Now, that's over 10 years old. And I think I started Hunters in the Dark. But yeah, there's a lot. So, 343 continues to be incompetent as hell. And I don't care that I've earned a free book. I just don't get it. Guys, get it together. I hope... I don't want them to reboot. The franchise is there's too much in it at this point. Don't reboot. But figure your crap out. Do an Atriox versus Chief story next. That's what we want in Halo 7. So, that's all I gotta say. 343 is being dumb still. Be better. That's all I can say. But, until next time, I will see you later. A peace out.